So the sad and unfortunate truth is it seems like Rell Seas is not going to be releasing soon. And I've been through all the phases, grief, denial, anger, everything, and it just looks like it's not likely to happen. So in this video, I want to break down why I was wrong and why it doesn't seem like Rell Seas is going to release soon. And I also want to go over when it's most likely to release based on what we've heard. And this time we're not even really talking about speculation, we're really looking directly at what the Rell brothers said. But before I show you guys what he said, let me give you guys some really important context because you're not really going to understand what he's talking about without it. So there was a lot of speculation around Rell Seas releasing in December. A lot of it was from me, I'm not gonna lie. And it was because they said testing will start after the movie drops, which has already dropped, and they said testing will last about 30 days. And 30 days really never seemed realistic. I believe when they did say 30 days, they didn't plan on adding close to the amount of content they decided to add now. But if they started testing today, for example, they would still have like 50 days to release in late December. And obviously that's around Christmas time, the holidays, so it makes sense for most games to try to release in December. But the Rell brothers have made it clear that they're not thinking like this, so let me actually play the clip so you guys can hear what they said.
Do I think Rell Piece will come out this year? Now, if you're wondering, if you guys are wondering, no, we're not dropping it on Christmas. We're not trying to scam you guys of money. Like, we don't care about dropping it on Christmas because I've seen people say, "Oh, it's the most optimal time to drop it." Don't even expect it to drop on Christmas.
I ain't gonna lie, that doesn't make me feel any happier, bro. That means that's next year confirmed.
Probably expect testing on Christmas, but not the fucking actual game.
And now this is where it gets really confusing because he just said at the end, if you guys didn't notice and you didn't hear for some reason, he said that expect testing by Christmas. But like I said earlier, they also said that testing was supposed to start when the Rell Seas movie dropped. And for those that don't know, the Rell Seas movie has been released for a few days now. So which is it? Is testing dropping around Christmas or is testing about to drop as we speak? And to be honest, it's kind of both. Or at least that's my interpretation of it. Let me explain what I mean. So as most of you guys probably already know, the testing applications have already been released. They said they're gonna select 20 people for the first wave, but they're gonna continuously let more people in as the waves go on, or at least that's what Otterai, who's one of the management for Rell, made it sound like, or I guess that was my interpretation of it. But I'm still pretty sure testing is gonna start very soon. And I think by testing in December, he was more referring to like a later stage of testing or an early access stage. Because for those that don't know, the gold and silver members in their Discord are gonna get an early access stage before the actual player base gets to play. And now we still don't know how long this early access stage will be, if it's going to be closer to a week, a few days, a month, we have no idea. And now initially I thought the early access stage would be a few days to a week. But if in that clip Rustin was referring to an early access stage, that would most likely mean it's going to last for a lot longer if they're going to have early access in December, or you could expect it by December, but don't actually expect the game by December. Now it's also a possibility that he's talking about a testing stage in between the two. And by that I mean a testing stage in between early access and the testing stage that's about to start relatively soon. But if Rell Seas is confirmed to probably not be releasing in 2023, when is it most likely to release? And I also did see a lot of people saying that the game is going to release in summer of 2024, and I'm not gonna lie, I would severely doubt that, and the agony of my heart if that was the case would be insane. But realistically, summer really just doesn't make any sense. Testing is supposed to start literally any day now, and even if for some reason testing gets delayed to December, which is I don't believe supposed to happen, but if it did, even then, what are they going to be doing? 7 to 8 months of testing still at that point? And going from 30 days to 7 months would be absolutely insane. I just don't think it's likely at all. The only way I could see Rell Seas realistically releasing in summer is if they intentionally delayed it to get the most players possible, because summer is the perfect time for that. But they literally just clarified that they don't care about releasing it in winter break for the same reason, so why would they wait till summer? To me, it really just seems like the Rell brothers are going to release the game when it's ready. It really doesn't seem like they care about getting the perfect release or anything. And now with that information in mind, when do I actually think the game will release? Well, if we're being extremely safe, let's say they don't start testing until December. And also, by the way, I'm pretty sure the only reason they haven't started testing is because the tester applications are still up. They haven't decided who their testers are. And they actually can't make a final decision because they haven't been able to push the applications to the public because the server is full right now. But for whatever reason, let's say they still decide we're not going to start testing until December. Even then, I feel like the max amount of length testing is going to last for is 3 to 4 months. I mean, even that is 3 to 4 times what they initially planned, and that's assuming they start testing later than they're supposed to. So with the information provided, and I say that in all caps, with the information I'm provided, because I don't know all of the information, obviously only the Rell brothers and the devs know that, I just realistically can't see the game releasing anywhere later than mid next year. And they really didn't say it's impossible to still release this year, they just said don't expect it. It's not like it's completely out of possibility. So what I realistically think will happen is, assuming testing still does start in the next week or so, it's gonna be like 3 months of testing from there, and then we'll get the game in like February or something. I'm not gonna lie though, that answer is a bit optimistic, just because you gotta expect the unexpected, because somehow something is always unexpected. So if I really had to bet on it, it would be somewhere from March to April, just because somehow something's gonna happen that I don't know of, because that's what I've learned from doing this throughout the last 8 months. But this answer would change a lot if Railsin did confirm that he was talking about early access in December, because then it would make a lot more sense for it to come in January if anything. But I'm also curious when you guys think Rell Seas is gonna release. I'm gonna pin a comment if you guys want to say when you guys think it's gonna release, and also if you want to say how many players you think it's gonna release with. And me personally, I think minimum 200k players, maximum 600k players, so I would assume somewhere from 3 to 400k most likely. But I'm talking about the peak player count, not the average player count. So if y'all want to like and subscribe though, okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's not bringing us any closer to Rell Seas, but if you want to like and subscribe, it helps the channel, so I'd appreciate it. Thank y'all, love y'all, later.